Welcome to the NFRMPO online training series. This is video 4A on the Regional Transportation Plan, also known as the RTP, which is the NFRMPO region's long-range transportation plan. At the NFRMPO, leaders from around the region work together to plan the multimodal transportation system. To prepare for the future, the Regional Transportation Plan, or RTP, identifies transportation needs and priorities over the next 20 to 25 years for the North Front Range region. The RTP is a multimodal, corridor-based plan with a performance framework which guides investment decisions. The RTP is fiscally constrained, which means the total cost of maintaining and improving the transportation system does not exceed reasonably anticipated revenues. Due to high levels of ozone in the region, the RTP must also meet federal air quality requirements. The Regional Transportation Plan, or RTP, is developed using the 3C process, which stands for continuous, cooperative, and comprehensive. The 3 C's mean the planning process is ongoing, is based on input from planning partners and stakeholders such as transit agencies, non-motorized users, environmental resource groups, freight shippers, and others, and covers all aspects of the surface transportation system. The RTP addresses each of the 10 planning factors shown on the slide as required by federal regulations. The NFRMPO updates the Regional Transportation Plan, or RTP, every 4 years. The current RTP was adopted by Planning Council in 2019 and has a horizon year of 2045. As part of the 3C process, the 2045 RTP builds upon and informs all of the transportation planning efforts conducted by the NFRMPO. Additionally, the transportation studies and plans prepared by local governments and CDOT for areas within the NFRMPO are essential inputs to the RTP. The 2045 Regional Transportation Plan, or RTP, is performance-based. The RTP is guided by a vision and 4 goals, which focus on economic development and quality of life, mobility, multimodal systems, and operations. The goals are supported by 12 objectives and 26 performance measures. To identify transportation system needs, a land use model and travel demand model were created. More detail on these models is available in Training Video 4B. By 2045, these models forecast the region's population will increase by 88%, reaching 877,000 residents. Households are expected to double, and jobs are expected to increase by 67%. As shown with the blue dots on the map, much of the future growth in households is expected to occur in the center of the region. In 2045, the number of miles traveled per capita will be similar to today, but the number of hours traveled will greatly increase. The outputs from the land use and travel demand models show how the future regional system could function based on current trends and anticipated growth, and help identify needed improvements. The NFRMPO's Regional Transportation Plan, or RTP, is corridor-based, which means a focus is placed on the most important connections across the region. The RTP identifies regionally significant corridors along roadways, regional non-motorized corridors for bicycling and pedestrian use, and regional transit corridors. For each corridor, the RTP identifies current conditions and a vision for the future. The RTP also identifies if any capacity projects are needed for the corridor by 2045. The NFRMPO, state, and transit agencies cooperatively develop a revenue forecast out to the horizon year of the Regional Transportation Plan, or RTP. For the 2045 RTP, the total reasonably anticipated revenue for the region is $9.1 billion. The total anticipated need out to 2045 is $13.5 billion, which leaves an unmet need of $4.5 billion. Roadway and transit projects considered high priority and those with identified funding sources are included in the RTP as fiscally constrained. The fiscally unconstrained projects are identified in the RTP so they can be considered if additional funding becomes available. The fiscally constrained projects in the Regional Transportation Plan are tested for air quality conformity, which ensures the proposed projects will not negatively impact the region's air quality. To do so, roadway and transit capacity projects are added to the travel demand model and assigned to staging periods representing up to 10 years. Then, vehicle emissions are estimated from the resulting traffic patterns. The emissions cannot exceed the emissions budgets developed by the state as documented in the State Implementation Plan, or SIP. You can learn more about air quality requirements in Video 5 of this series. Projects identified for funding in the first 4 years of the Regional Transportation Plan, or RTP, are adopted into the NFRMPO's Transportation Improvement Program, or TIP, which makes funds available for construction. Projects in the TIP must be consistent with the RTP. The TIP is further explained in video 4G. The Unified Planning Work Program, or UPWP, identifies the planning tasks for the region, including the RTP and other supporting planning efforts. In between updates, the RTP is revised with amendments and modifications as necessary, such as when a capacity project advances from one air quality staging period to another. To review, the Regional Transportation Plan, or RTP, provides a long-range vision for the region's multimodal transportation system. The RTP uses a performance framework and focuses on the region's most important corridors. The RTP is fiscally constrained and meets air quality requirements. Thank you for watching the Regional Transportation Plan training video. For more information on the Regional Transportation Plan, please visit nfrmpo.org/RTP.